Okay. Again, today I'm going to discuss with you the multimedia lesson. Uh, you can remember last week we discussed about the color models, right? Sinhala medium අංකිත graphic වලදී පුතේ color ආකෘති වර්ග දෙකක් තියෙනවා මතකයිනේ. හරි? So you should compare those two color models, right? Because here you can see RGB model has three basic colors. Then කරන්න ඕනේ. හරි? So there are three basic colors: red, green, blue, right? With the CMYK, what are the basic colors? Cyan, magenta, yellow, and black, right? So cyan means that that is just like a bluish green color or greenish blue color, so that we call cyan, right? So there are four basic colors. So you can get the one of the difference. What is that? RGB model has three color models, that is red, green, blue. Then with the CMYK, there are four color models, that is cyan, magenta, yellow, and black, right? Now you can write it down, right? Please write down on your book, right? Okay. But this is the virtual class, but that not normally not should be a physical thing, right? ඔගොල්ලෝ ලියන දේවල් ඒවා භෞතිකව තියෙන්න ඕන පුතේ. ඒවා virtual වෙන්න බෑ. හරි? Right. Okay. එතකොට දැන් රිවිති පේපර් එකක් හොයාගන්න පුතේ මොකක් හරි අරගෙන පෙන් එකක් අරගෙන දැන් ඔයගොල්ලෝ differences ලියන්න ඕනේ. හරි? Another one you can remember, right? RGB. So RGB mean what is that? Normally RGB color models we are using in use with the television screen or computer screen, right? But I told you CMYK normally used with the poster printing, right? Poster printing, right? Posters, so printing on paper, some using those colors, right? Then another difference, please write it down, right? Sinhala medium ලියන්න පුළුවන් පුතේ. මොනවාද පරිගණක තිරවල මේ මොනවාද රූපවාහිනී තිරවල භාවිතා කරනවා RGB. CMYK කියන එක භාවිතා කරන පුතේ මොනවාද මේ ඒ කියන්නේ papers වල print කරන්න. ඒ කියන්නේ අපිට කියන එක මේ මුද්‍රණ කටයුතු සඳහා භාවිතා කරනවා. හරි? Right. Okay. So there are two differences now you have, right? Now what else? You can see here when we are considering the RGB, here it uses the color lights, right? But CMYK, they normally CMYK mean it is colored ink, right? So that is another one. Please write it down, right? So you have now RGB and the basic color models. Another one application, another one color light and color ink, right? So there are three differences. You can write it down, right? Please write down the answers. Please compare, right? If you finish, again I will explain it. There are two types of images. That is our classification number one, right? Some images normally after the compression does not open its original form. Some images after the compression opening its original form, right? So according to that we can compare those two types of images. Normally lossy compression images, after the compression reduce the quality. Lossy compression after reduce the quality, right? And when we reopen it, does not show its original form. Make it faster for compression, and we can use those type of images to develop some web pages, right? When we are developing the web pages, we can use lossy compression images, right? And what are the examples? JPEG, TIFF, PMP, right? Then please write down the answer, right? In other hand, some images are when we compression, when we're doing the compression, but it preserve the quality, right? Therefore, when we reopen it open it with its original quality, right? This compression is identified as lossless format. Okay, Okay, normally we are using this type of format to create the posters, right? Because we need high quality images to create the posters. Then examples you can see GIF, PNG and RAW, right? Okay, I think you finish your work. So Lutara, you finish, Puta? Oh, Manudi, I want the comparison of the lossy compression images and lossless, right? Right. So you can separate your paper, then you can put left side lossy compression images and other side lossless images, right? කවුද ඉවර කරලා තියෙන බලන්න පෙන්නන්න බලන්න පුතේ. Show me your answers, right? Right, you can see the name Joint Photographic Expert Group, that is JPEG. Okay, then after what, Puta? What is next? You can see next one is what? What is the name of the next type, Puta? TIFF, right? So what is TIFF? What is TIFF, right? TIFF. TIFF stand for, right? Normally, right? It is tagged image. Wait, I'll give you the name. Yeah, tagged image file format, right? Tagged image file format. Please write down the name. Tagged image file format, right? Tagged image. Here you can see tagged image file format. Then after, what is next one? TIFF after. Manudi, tell me what is next one, or Iviti, can you tell me next type? What bitmap? Sorry?
BMP.
Ah, yes, BMP, right? So we can see what is BMP, right? So bitmap images, right? Bitmap, you can remember bitmap. Bitmap image type. Bitmap කියලා දාගන්න පුතේ BMP එකට ඉස්සරහින් bitmap, right? Bitmap. Right, normally you can remember there are some images with the pixels, so that type of images we call bitmap. Can you remember the collection of pixel rows and columns we call what? Bitmap, right? Okay, next one is Anipati came the lossless PVT.
GIF.
Sorry,
DIF.
D. Read the GIF ned pute GIF the.
Oh.
Oh, GIF, right? Okay. Graphics interchange format. Graphic interchange format, right? Graphic interchange format. Please write down. So no need to normally you have to familiar with that, but normally they don't ask from you, right? Okay, right. GIF. Then after, what is next? GIF after PNG, right? That is last one. Raw is not necessary, right? So we have to find PNG, right? PNG. What is PNG? Right. Portable network graphics, right? Portable network graphics. Please write down on your book. right? Portable network graphics, right? So we then after we finish lossy compression images and lossless compression images, right? අර මට පොත් පෙන්නපු නැති කට්ටිය පුතේ අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම ලියන්න ඕන මම බලනවා පොත් ටික. හරි? Right. Okay, now we can go to the lesson, right? We have to do the revision too, and we have to do some practicals, right? Okay, right, we discuss those things, right? Then next one is what? So I'll want to share you, right? Okay, so this is very important, Puta. Next one here, graphic types. So this is, now I am going to discuss with you the classification number 2, right? Then please write down classification number 2. What is that? Raster graphics versus vector graphics, right? Then write down in your book classification number 2. What is that? Raster graphics and vector graphics, right? Sinhala medium ඒ විදිහටම තමයි පුතේ වචන ගන්න ඕනේ. හරි? උගලන්ට ඔන්න ආට සිතුරුවනේ ඔන්නම් පොඩ්ඩක් පොත බලන්න පුතේ. raster graphics සහ graphic සහ vector graphic කියලා තියෙන පුතේ. ඒ වචන දෙකම ගන්න. Right. So what is that second classification? Raster graphic versus vector graphics, right? Normally these are very important. The type of the graphics is designed according to the graphical software used, right? මේ විදිහට කොටස් වලට බෙදලා තියෙන පොතේ අපි ඒකට පාවිච්චි කරන software එකට අනුව, right? Okay, I'm going to show you. So can you see my this image? So this topic, can you see some small squares? Right, it is not, there are no any sharp edges, right? Me නිකන් අර කිසිම නිකන් කොටු වගේ අන්න ඒ වගේ images සහ තවත් ජාතික images තමයි පොතේ අපි දැන් කතා කරන්න යන්නේ. Okay, we have only 6 minutes because I want to show you some videos, right? Okay, right. So I'm going to show you the video, but we have only 5 minutes. Okay, let's see how I can start that video. If that time is not enough, then you can join with me again, right? Okay, within 1 minute. Okay, so now I'm going to show you what are the differences between these two images, right? So you can see the picture also. You can see here painting with pixels, right? Another one, drawing with vectors, right? Okay, let's go to see the video, right? Wait, right? Right.
There are 2 types of digital art.
Wait, right? I think you cannot hear. Right, now you can hear, right?
Images and vector images. Both have their own advantages, and there are 2 types of digital artwork, raster images and vector images. Both have their own advantages, and both can be used for print. So what's the difference? Raster images, also known as bitmap images, are made up of a bunch of tiny pixels. From a distance, these pixels blend together to form a clear image. Raster images have no limit to how detailed or complex they can be. But as you begin to scale the image beyond its original size, you may notice a drop in quality. Photographs are the most common type of raster image. The most common file extensions for raster images are JPEG, PNG, GIF, and PSD. And the most popular tool for creating and editing raster images is Adobe Photoshop. Vector images are made up of different mathematical paths. This means that they are relatively simple and are somewhat There are 2 types of digital artwork, raster images and vector images. Both have their own advantages, and both can be used for print. So what's the difference? Raster images, also known as bitmap images, are made up of a bunch of tiny pixels. From a distance, these pixels blend together to form a clear image. Raster images have no limit to how detailed or complex they can be. But as you begin to scale the image beyond its original size, you may notice a drop in quality. Photographs are the most common type of raster image. The most common file extensions for raster images are JPEG, PNG, GIF, and PSD. And the most popular tool for creating and editing raster images is Adobe Photoshop. Vector images are made up of different mathematical paths. This means that they are relatively simple and are somewhat limited in the amount of details and effects you can include. But unlike raster images, vector images can be enlarged infinitely, and they will never lose their quality. Logos and text are the most common type of vector image. The most common file extension for vector images are EPS, AI, PDF, and SVG. And the most popular tool for creating and editing vector images is Adobe Illustrator. When it comes to printing, it's best to provide a vector image. But if a vector image is not available, you should try to provide the highest quality version of your raster image that you have available.
Okay, I think you can get some idea about that, right? Some images, when you normally when you magnify that image, so you can see some small squares, right? Then do you have some idea about that vector and raster, Puta? Right? Okay. So normally made of pixels. What is the type of image? What type of image is normally made of pixels? Anybody? Can you tell me raster or vector?
Raster.
Raster, very good, right? Sinhala medium පුතේ අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් pixels වලින් සමන්විත වෙලා තියෙන raster images නේද? So made of some straight lines, some curves, some lines. What type of image? It is. Another one is what? Vector. Yes, very good. Vector, right? So normally, what is the most popular software to create some raster graphics, Puta? Raster? Please answer me. So what is the most popular? Right, I think that time is up, right? So then after you have to join with me again, because we have to see another some points. Then after we can do the revision too, right? Okay, right, please join. Again, I'm going to, yes, Manudi, any problem, Puta? Right, Manudi, you have any problem? Because you're raising your hand. Right. If you have any problem, you can raise your hand, right? Right. So now we are going to discuss so differences, right? So that is very important. With the raster graphic, raster, you can remember that dog, right? Okay. Array of pixel in different colors, right? There are some arrays of pixels with the different colors. Sinhaleng api kiyana situruwane manada pixel ආරාවන් වලින් සමන්විත වෙච්ච පින්තූරයක් තමයි raster graphic කියලා කියන්නේ. So by collection of the straight or curved line, can you remember that lines, right? So those blue color lines, right? There are a lot of lines to create the vector graphic. So by collection of straight or curved lines, right? Now file records. With the raster graphic, there are no any records, right? So that's why when we enlarge that image, what will happen? That quality go down. Quality is reducing because there are no any color informations, there are no any other records. So that's why quality is reducing when we enlarge, because there are no any other records, right? දැන් මේකේ අමතර මොනවාවත් මේගොල්ලෝ ෆයිල්ස් තැම්පත් කරගෙන නැත්නම් අමතර විස්තර තැම්පත් කරන්නේ නැහැ කියන කතාවනේ පුතේ මෙතන no records කියන්නේ. ඒතර එහෙම වෙද්දී ඔයගොල්ලන්ට තේරෙන්න ඕනේ ඒකේ ධාරිතාවට මොකද වෙන්නේ නේ? අමතර දේවල් නැත්නම් අයාගේ capacity. What about the capacity? That capacity also reducing because there are no any extra things, extra records. So therefore, that normally when we enlarge, that quality is reducing, and that normally capacity is very low. Right? So those are the things you have, you should think, right? Okay. But with the vector graphic maintains record of the start and end, right? So you can remember that some lines, so start and end, number of lines, straight and curved lines, and color use, right? හැබැයි vector graphic එහෙම නෙමෙයි පුතේ. vector graphic එක මොකද කරන්නේ? ඒකේ තියෙන lines වල ආරම්භක ස්ථානය අවසානය මොකද්ද? කොච්චරක් straight lines තියෙනවද? කොච්චරක් curve line තියෙනවද? ඒ වගේ records ගොඩාක් හඳව ගන්නවා. ඒ නිසා යාළඟ records ගොඩක් තියෙනවා. records ගොඩක් තියෙනවා කියන්නේ capacity එක වැඩි. ඒ වගේම යාව enlarge කරද්දී යාළඟ it has lot of information, therefore there are no any quality reducing, right? So ඒ වගේ ඔයගොල්ලන් නිකන් කතන්දරයක් වගේ මතක තියාගන්න පුතේ. So quality of the graphic, then quality is lost when the size is changes because there are no any other extra records, right? එයාට පින්තූරයට සම්බන්ධ කිසිම විස්තරයක් නැති නිසා තමයි පුතේ enlarge කරද්දී ඒ quality එක අඩු වෙලා යන්නේ. But with the vector graphic, quality is not lost when the size change. Size change කර කියලා කිසිම ප්‍රශ්නයක් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඔයාලා එක දැන් වීඩියෝ එකේ දැක්කා. For high quality creation, which one is suitable for the, just like posters, when we are creating the posters and all, you know, vector graphic is the most suitable picture type because normally it is suitable for the high quality creations. But you know, when we are developing the web pages and all, raster graphics normally enough for us because it has low capacity, because we have to think about the speed of the web page. web අඩවි නිර්මාණය කරද්දී වගේ පුතේ අපිට අවශ්‍ය වෙන්නේ තාමත් අඩුයි. නිසා high quality creation කියන්නේ ඔය posters වගේ ඒවා හදද්දී තමයි අපිට අපිට අවශ්‍ය වෙන්නේ කාවද? මෙන්න මේ vector graphics. හරි? Right. Creation and saving. Use less memory space because it has the less capacity, right? It has the less capacity, because of that it use the less memory capacity. And less memory capacity එක ගන්නවා කියන එකෙන්ම තේරෙනවා පුතේ අනිවාර්යෙන් මේ වගේ images run කරද්දී you know does not change the speed of the computer, right? මේ වගේ images because of the less capacity it does not affect to the speed of the computer, right? But what about the vector graphic? Needs more memory space and it reduces the speed of the computer, right? So you have to think about like that. එකකට එකක් සම්බන්ධ කරගෙන යන්න පොඩි. එතකොට ඔයාට automatically එක මතක හිටිනවා. එක තැනකින් පටන් ගන්න. raster ගැන විතරක් හරි මතක තියාගන්න. එතකොට ඔයාට automatically vector මතක හිටියි. හරි? Therefore you should remember those things. දැන් ඔයගොල්ලන්ට අමුතුවෙන් පාඩම් ගන්න මෙතන කාලයක් තියාගන්න එපා පුතේ. දැන්ම පාඩම් කරන්න. හරි අපි ඔක්කොම ඉවරලා මේ අන්තිමට පාඩම් කරන්න ගන්න. එහෙම කතාවක් බෑ දැන් ඔයගොල්ලන්ට. හරි? ඒ නිසා දැන්ම පාඩම් කරන්න ගන්න. Right. It was so it does not change the speed, right? And reduce the speed. You know, when there are some creating some photo editing and all, they have to use some high performance that normally high quality computers, right? Okay. Right. Examples of the software. So you know, with the video you saw that Photoshop, Adobe Photoshop is the main software, but there are some other softwares too, right? Raster graphics අඳින්න ගන්න softwares අතර පුතේ තියෙනවා GIMP එක. So we need to know, that is very important, because hereafter we should do some practicals with these softwares. So GIMP is the normally you have to do the practicals or graphic designing with this GIMP, right? Then graphic designing කරනවා, then ඉස්සරහට ඔයගොල්ලෝ practicals කරද්දී පුතේ මෙන්න මේ softwares use කරනවා. Normally I think somebody very familiar with the Photoshop, but it is normally proprietary software. Therefore we should normally they have give us to do the GIMP, right? So GIMP is the free software to use the digital graphic, normally edit the digital graphic, right? මේ GIMP කියන්නේ පුතේ කියන්නේ මේ digital graphic edit කරන software එකක්. ඉතින් ඒකෙදි හැදෙන්න හැබැයි මොන වර්ගයේවද කියන එක ඔයාලා තේරුම් ගන්න. So it create raster graphics, right? But vector graphic, you know, Adobe Illustrator, CorelDRAW, so those are the examples softwares to create the vector graphic, right? Okay, so those are the things you have to remember. Mama ගෙදර දිනම් කරේ ඔළුවට ගත්තු දේවල් ටික පොත බලන්න නැතුව ලියන්න දුන්නා. හරි? දැන් ඔයාලට ඒක මම මෙතන මම දන්නවා දැන් පොත බලනවද නැද්ද කියලා මට හොයන්න අමාරුයි පුතේ. Therefore you should go to that, right? ඔයගොල්ලෝ අවංකව මේ දිහා බලලා ඔයා ඔළුවට ගත්තු දේ පොතට ලියන්න ඕන. හරි? පොතේ ලියන්න ඕනේ. පොත කොපිරයිට් කරන්න අවශ්‍ය නැහැ. කොපිරයිට් කිරීමක් අපි grade 6 7 නෙමෙයි ඉන්නේ. Therefore you should get the points. Please go to the table and get the points. Then after write down the points with your head, right? ඔයා ඔළුවට ගත්තු දේවල් ගැන හිතලා ඔයාගේ note එක හදා ගන්න ඕනේ. Right? So that is very important. It should be the short note, right? Because normally we have that note in your book, but you have to create the short note, right? Please write down question. Compare the raster graphics and vector graphics. Sinhala medium ලියන පොතේ raster graphic සහ vector graphic සංසන්දනය කරන්න, right? Okay, that is one of the homework. Then I will check with your book, right? Okay, මම අනිවාර්යෙන් බලනවා සමහරට වීඩියෝ on කරගන්න වෙයි හැමෝටම. හරි? ඒ නිසා අනිවාර්යෙන් homework එක කරන්න ඕනි. මේක on කරලා තියලා, right? So you should download these 3 softwares, right? So that is very important. Please download these 3 softwares. Okay, now we can go to do the revision, right? (2019) paper, I share that paper in your group to do some, you should do some, I asked you to do the questions part 2, right? Paper 2 questions. So I think you can remember, right? Okay. Right. Okay, 2019 paper, paper 2, question number 1, right? MCQ මං හිතන ඉවරයි කියලා. ඕල් පොඩ චෙක් කරන්න පුතේ. ඉවර නැත්තම් මට කියන්න. ඉවර නැත්තම් මට ඒක පොඩ්ඩක් දැනුම් දෙන්න. ඉවර නැතිව තියෙනවා නම්. හරි. Okay, you should send the answer, your answer, because I want to check. There are some answers, there are normally at glance it is correct, but it is not correct, right? සාමාන්‍යයෙන් බැලු බැලමට හරි වගේ පේන answers තියෙනවා. හැබැයි ඒක වැරදි. ඒ නිසා මට පුතේ ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ මේකේ answer එක බලන්නම අවශ්‍යයි. I know this is only 2 marks, but 2 marks also very important, right? ඒ නිසා අනිවාර්යයෙන් මේකේ answer එක ලියලා ෆොටෝ එකක් ගහලා මට WhatsApp කරන්න ඕනි. ඒක common එකේ බැන්නම් private හරි දාන්න මට, because I want to check, right? Okay. As a physical class or just like that, I want to check your answers, right? Okay, now tell me the answer for second one. So that is very easy one, no? Right? So what is first one? A. You can use the screen to draw, so I can see the names. right? So there are some features with the USB port. That first one is plug and play. Without installing the device driver software, you can directly use the devices. So just like think about the USB printer. So if you want, you can normally you can use that USB port and you can plug it and you can use, right? Earlier not like that. Earlier we need some drivers, we need some CDs, because we need some drivers, right? ඉස්සර කාලේ පුතේ අපි normally මේ USB ports නැති කාලේ අපි කරන්නේ CD එක දාලා drive එක install කරලා තමයි අපි use කරන්නේ printer එක. But nowadays not like that because of the universal serial bus port, right? USB එක නිසා අපිට දාවක මුදුකාංග මේකට ස්ථාපනය කිරීමෙන් තොරවම directly පාවිච්චි ගන්න පුළුවන්. මේක මම ඔයගලන්ට grade 10 වලදීත් මතක් කරලා තියෙනවා, right? Okay. Right. Okay, now we can, okay, so that is one of the thing, right? Another one is what? You know, it's hot pluggable and hot swappable. What is pluggable and swappable? Hot pluggable and hot swappable, right? Hot swappable. Swappable can අපිට මාරු කරන්න පුළුවන්. Swappable, right? Swappable, sorry, swappable, right? Hot pluggable and hot swappable property කියන්නේ පුතේ අපිට පුළුවනි කියන්නේ without normally we can change some devices, right? අපිට අපි තුමු keyboard එක වැඩ කරනවා keyboard එක change කරනවා තව keyboard එකක් එක්ක. Earlier not like that, right? අර PS2 ports තියෙන කාලේ අපිට එහෙම කරන්න බෑ. So we should normally we should shut down and we have to connect another one, right? Okay. Right. Okay. Right. So just like that, we can use the USB ports, right? Okay. Next one is what? Next one is you can remember. Next one is what, Puta? That is very important. Then you know, plug and play, hot pluggable, hot swappable. You know, there are so many devices we can add to the computer at once, right? Because of the multi USB ports, right? So you can add 127 devices, right? To the computer by using the multi USB ports, right? So that is very important. Another one, you know, USB port can conduct the electricity, right? So that's why you can charge your phone and all, right? So that's why, so it conduct, right? Electricity, right? So those are very important, right? Sinhala medium පුතේ plug and play කියන්නේ එක මම හිතනවා මම ඔයාලට explain කරා. hot pluggable hot swappable කියන්නේ devices මාරු කරන්න පුළුවන් කියන එක. 127 උපාංග අපිට එක සැරේ connect කරන්න පුළුවන් multi USB ports හරහා. conduct electricity කියන්නේ මේකෙන් අපිට electricity කරගෙන phones වගේව charge කරගන්න පුළුවන්. I think that is very important when you are considering the when you are considering the USB ports, right? Last one is what, Puta? That is VGA port, video graphical adapter, right? VGA ports. So it has some 15 holes, right? It has some 15 holes, right? It has some 15 holes. Right. Okay. So that is very easy question. I know. Ola, very thank you so much. Right. Okay. Next one. Right, අපි තව එකක් බලමු පුතේ. Right, මම දන්නවා දැන් ඔයගලන්ට ගොඩක් මහන්සි කියලා. Right. Okay, so that is very easy, you know. We have to do the repeated division method, right? So can you write down the answer when you click on the annotate? Okay, now fourth one. Consider the following logic gate. So you can see the logic gate. Here this is no gate. Anyone can tell me, right? Yeah, normally you can check your grade 10 books too, right? Okay, anyone can tell me which basic logic gate is equals with this, right? Which basic logic gate is equivalent to this gate, right? Can you tell me?
No.
No, wrong. You can see this gate is no gate, but I am asking this whole thing, Uh, right? Anyone? So please go to the grade 10 books, Puta. So if you can remember my book, right? In my class book, please go to that. Please open the logic gates and see the not gate. So you can see, normally I ask you to draw the another gates for the not gate, right? So what are the, so you know with the not gate, you know with the not gate, what is the concept Puta with the not gate, right? When we send, normally one is in, when the one is input, then output should be 0. When the input is 0, then output should be 1. So that is the concept of not gate. So look at here, if you pass 1 here, then that one go like this way, and because of this, oh, 1 plus 1 is what? 1, but because of this not gate, again that 1 becomes 0. Therefore you can get output as 0. If you send if you send 0, what will happen? If you send 0, then 0, 0 here, then after 0 plus 0, 0, because of this not gate, it will become 1. So when you pass 1, it will become 0. When you send 0, it will become 1. Therefore, I ask you to draw this not gate, not concept is equals with this. And another one is what? Another gate is what? Another gate is not a NAND gate, with the NAND gates, right? With the NAND gate also, right? Here you can see single input, but it's separated into two, because you know for the NAND gate or NOR gate, normally at least 2 inputs you should give, right? So that's why that single input is separated into 2 inputs, right? So this gate and this gate, here a NOT gate build up with the NAND gate, here NOT gate build up with the NOR gate. So both are normal. This one also act as this NOT concept, right? Or to check kind of 1 to not 1 into 1. 1 will like not take a 0 when. If you send 0, 0 into 0, 0, because of this not, it will become 1, right? So both are act as NOT gate. Please add your add these knowledge to your book, right? So that is very important. You should add these things. This NOT gate is equals with these 2 gates, right? Maker 2019 MCQ, I think it's 11 or 12, right? Okay, so they ask with this, right? They have given this, and they ask which logic circuit has the not concept, right? මෙන්න මේ gate එකත් එක්ක තව gates කීපයක් දාලා not gate එකක් තියෙන circuit එකකුත් දීලා අහුව ප්‍රශ්නයක් පුතේ not concept එක තියෙන්නේ මොකේද කියලා. හරි? not concept එක තියෙන්නේ මේ වගේ gates වල විතරයි. හරි? So if you want, you can add these two into your not, right? So those are very important, right? Right. I think now we have to finish our class, right?